Support for City Series Baseball is provided by the Akron Public Schools Career Education Department at 330-761-3131 or apscareers.com.
Welcome as it is championship time, the 2017 City Series Championship right here from Canal Park. A beautiful day here on Tuesday, May 23rd as the rubber match at fittingly, the Rubber Ducks Stadium here. These two teams splitting the City Series as Firestone goes as the visiting team. The Ellet Orangemen, the home team here. Both teams have been stellar throughout their time this season. Up first is DeMonte Swain, who took the first strike. Max Ursay and Dustin James, the first three here for the Firestone Falcons. Two aces really on the mound again. And both these teams, as we mentioned, were able to split the City Series, so they are co-regular season champs. So certainly there is a little bit of intensity there on the sidelines as I was there before the first pitch talking with coaches. I'll have that for you later. Both these teams know that the winner of this becomes City Series champ, and certainly these are the two historic teams in the City Series that have won multiple years back-to-back, and really the two powerhouses within the district. And we're looking to get things underway here. Past 2 years has been the Ellet Orangemen. 2014 was the Firestone Falcons, and it kind of goes that way. 2 years of Ellet and then 1 year of Firestone. If you take that model over the past 10 years or so, it would be a Firestone year, which they would certainly take as they look to improve, and they want to move up. They want to get to a 20-win season, if you can believe it. They are 19-6 on the season, 12-1, of course, in the City Series. The Ellet Orangemen 16-8, 12-1 on the other side for the City Series as DeMonte Swain, he takes a walk and goes to first. This brings up Max Ursay, the shortstop. Max is a sophomore, and they're going to check him right away, but the pitch gets away from him. That'll send DeMonte Swain over to second base, and he looks back and comes back to the bag. And a rare occurrence here as on the mound you have Griffin Malik, one of their best pitchers on their squad, makes a bit of an error to start with the wild throw, and he's going to come out and talk to him already. First one on, first throw, and certainly not how he wanted things to start. Malik, the junior, has pitched very well this season. The Firestone Falcons were just lost in the sectionals to Archbishop Hoban. Ellet currently in the championship round in their playoff division, but this is the last kind of regular season, you could say, this championship game. Not a regular season game, but one that doesn't go towards the tournament. It's certainly very meaningful, as you can hear the chatter out there, and he again stays outside. So they're looking to get a win here because this gets kind of the monument type stuff where you get the banner and so forth. Alongside me for the first time tonight, Peter George, who now has a microphone.
I do.
And a grounder over to short, and he gets out there but advances the runner. Into the 4-3 for the first out. Runner goes to third, so certainly on a sac fly you could have a run score here, and that's what Dustin James will be looking to do. And you can tell as the pitcher in the third spot, able to hit the ball well, and he will be dealing on the other end. His last time that we saw him pitch against the Orangemen, 9-0, a shutout, complete game for him. And he was doing very well. But now on the other side of the plate, looking to get that run up on the board and get a little cushion for himself. Deals it in, does Malik for a strike. So he hasn't given up any hits yet, but he did get someone on base with a walk, and then with a wild throw, he advanced over to third. This one coming up our way and up over where we're seated here for the second strike. 1-2 with one out. Missing from action today is my co-pilot, Joe Pacansky. Working that first job, not able to get to the second one here. Certainly missing what should be a great game. That went outside a lot here in the city championship game, City Series championship. 2-2 the count. And an odd start to the game for Malik so far. That one low and makes this count a full one. Now he has the base open, but certainly not the type of jam you want to get into. Already has an error with the throw to first that went by him. Throwing like they're going to run, and it's going to be another walk. So the second walk here in the inning. And that puts Justin James on first. Matt Owen comes up. This is where I think any four-spot hitter wants to be. A guy on third, a guy on first. You hit a little too much, maybe a big pop-up, you could still get the RBI. You get a solid hit, you're going to get a run, maybe two, depending on where you put it. And he swings on that one for his first strike. Dustin James on first, took a big lead, looking to see if he can get Malik to throw his way and maybe get Swain in with a miscalculation, something that doesn't happen often here for the Orangemen. Looking to throw across, and that's for ball one. A lot of things to update you on throughout the game, and we'll get to them when we can. Our first and second team, an honorable mention for the All-City baseball team, 2017 version, as well as our all-academic team, as he gets that one in for a strike. 1-2 now. And surprising so far, James hasn't tried to just steal second yet. That one goes over his head, and maybe he sees something that we're not. 2-2 now. That one very close to Matt Owen's noggin. Kind of ducked away from it. That one inside for a strike, and his first K of the ball game. And feeling juiced up on that. And one thing that you kind of notice, Peter, is, and we saw it when, especially when we were at home with Firestone when Ellet was there, is their team, and you'll see them kind of off to the side as Peter pans over to first. They're all standing there, and they're very vocal. And he's looking to run, and he's still got the ball. He's looking where to go. They don't want to give it up at home. They throw home, and he got him.
Nice play.
So they go on the gamble as they try to throw out James, and Swain, though, gets out. And he gets out of the inning with no runs after walking two and striking out one. 0-0 here from Canal Park here in the City Series championship game. All right, so now Ellet gets to come back and try and bat their way into it after having an outstanding top of the inning, getting the third out and not giving up any runs. Khalid Tram, Jacob Klein, and Joe Williams are up this inning. This is the opposite setup for the home team, away team, as they had at the University of Akron, where they played their home games this year. Because the home team was always on the right side. It's just odd. I'm not used to seeing them over there. Of course, I think some of those, they may have been listed. They were at home, but they were still listed as the away team. I know one of them was. So Schramm leading off the inning here. Certainly would like to start the same way the Falcons did with a walk, but it looks like he is closing in on a base hit, but no way. As he closes it off, Matt Owen runs right on through and gets the fly out in the left. So doesn't get on base. Jacob Klein now comes on in. Just notice I didn't. That one outside for ball one. Klein, the shortstop. Two balls so far. And Peter, I was going to say, I think the last guest we had, I think my brother came to one, and I think he said about 7 words. This one hit deep. He's going back for it. Goes over his head, lands about 5 feet ahead of the warning track, and he's going for a triple, and he is going to have just about a stand-up triple. Lost the ball, did he? Still slid in, and a great triple as he went all the way around. This one deep out in the left field. So Jacob Klein, no surprise, a name that we call often for him, gets a big hit here in a big game. And Joe Williams feeling good. He's got a man on third, looking to do what Firestone couldn't, and that's get a run in. Goes back to James. James gets the second out as he goes into the 1-3 right to his feet. He did look over to make sure that Klein was staying where he was supposed to be. Probably one of the most enjoyable ones to watch pitching this year has been Dustin James. A great command over the mound. Good stuff, too. Tends to get a lot of strikeouts. And we may see one here as he starts this one off with a strike. This one hit up and into the sun. He's got the sun in his eyes, but able to grab it in and does a nice job as Josh Alexander hauls it in for the final out of the inning here. Still 0-0 here at Canal Park in the City Series Championship game. Welcome back here as we get into the second inning. Both of these pitchers, as I learned up here in the press box, they did not face each other in the regular season, but both won the separate contests. This one starts outside for ball one. Able to talk with Coach Sarver about his starting pitcher on the mound right now. We'll get that interview to you after this pitch. That one goes right up the middle, and a great catch as he's able to nab it, and he does, the second baseman.
Next batter is the catcher, number 5, Matt Dees.
Coach, can you tell me a little bit about your starting pitcher, what strengths he brings in today's game?
Well, what he brings is he's become a very experienced pitcher for just a junior. He's pitched in some big ball games as a sophomore and a junior now. And here we are at the tail end of the year, and he's picked up experience, so hopefully all that works for him. You never know how a guy's going to react in a big game, but he seems to have reacted very well in the past. So hopefully he'll have a good fastball and a curveball and being around the plate.
And you heard that from the coach there. Unfortunately, the curveball has been a little too curvy, as it hasn't gone into the strike zone, and he's down 2-0 on this batter as Jacob Binlich lined out to the shortstop, and now, I'm sorry, the second baseman, and Matt Dees now up. Ben Nusser coming up after that. A strike there. Taking time. Started the inning off, the first inning, very well, getting a walk and being able to get Dante Swain on to first. Gets to second on the air, then able to get over to third. but not able to come home. Tagged out at home. Full count here for Deese. 1 strikeout in the game for Malik so far. And that one looked good, but just able to get a piece of it. Stays alive. Deese dialing in. Down the third baseline and able to get past him. He'll get on base off the single. A great at bat for him as he gets a single off that one. Ben Newser now up. Also, we will have Josh Alexander up in this inning. That one tipped back. The next inning, we will have the honorable mention All-City Series team. We'll give that to you. That one curved, and this curveball so far in 2 innings hasn't been as effective as we've seen throughout the year. Hasn't brought it in over the plate. A lot of balls that have been thrown from this curve so far. Just not able to get under control. Probably about the most perfect weather today for a baseball game. Had some humid ones throughout the last couple weeks. Today a cool, warm day. I guess that's not a cool day. Cool summer day, I guess you could call it. Looks to go back to the bag, not there. As he's able not to connect, and he gets a second K. A sunny, cool day, I guess. It's just warm enough in the sun and cold in the shade. As I talked with, he looks to check him back up. As I talked with one of the Firestone parents coming down to talk to the coaches. Like, man, it's a little warm. Probably after about 20 minutes, you're a little warm in the sun. But if you're in the shade, it is a little chilly for a short sleeve shirt. So most of the entire fans here tonight, certainly, if they can be, they're in the sun soaking it in. So looking to get his 3rd out and get out of an inning again without any runs. There's the strike there. Josh Alexander up. Josh, the sophomore, looks to go back to the bag, checks it in. Haverstick there to catch it. Didn't come far off the bag to go get it. Now comes out defensively for another ball is thrown. 3-1 the count. He's ahead of it here, would like to be opposite. Doesn't want to necessarily put him on. Up next would be Jacob Weber, the bottom of the order. And that's a strike to fold the things up. Payoff pitch, runner goes, tipped up and back. Peter could have caught that one if these windows weren't here, Peter. He could have had that.
We're thankful that they are, right?
Yes, very thankful.
Yes.
You're looking at 2 unathletic guys that are not going to catch the ball when it comes to them. Nope.
No.
See, I always feel like Joe would save me if a ball came towards us, but one day he told me he
would.
He said he wouldn't save me, and then
no, I don't believe it. Oh.
The 2 of them look at each other, and the ball drops in foul territory. Could have been the 3rd out. Not sure what was spoken between the 2 of them, but it wasn't the right communication as Certainly Matthew Edwards and Garrett Haverstick were each within about a foot of where that ball dropped near the warm-up circle, and they let it drop. So still 2 outs, and Malik's got to pitch his way out of this inning. He goes back to first trying to tag him. He's safe. He's got a full count. I'm sure Malik, hey, guys, just catch it for me, please. Even if you knock each other over, I'd rather have you knock each other over trying to get it than no one. Runner goes. That's a strike. And we're out of the inning. 0-0 here from Canal Park going in the bottom of the second. All right, bottom of the second here as Ellet has been able to do very well getting out of tough stretches in the first 2 innings. Now they're looking to do it with the bat. Able to get just 1 hit in the first inning. Able to talk with the Coach Brooks before the game, and this is what he had to say about Dustin James. We'll have that right after this pitch.
Coach, can you tell me a little bit about your starting pitcher that you have on the mound tonight and what strengths he brings to the...
Well, he's a 4-year starter, senior. Pitched really well against Ellet earlier in the year, so I know he's got some confidence coming into this game. Just like a solid kid, solid pitcher, throws strikes, and if we can keep the ball down and we can keep them on the infield, we'll be in good shape.
Keep the ball down, keep it in the infield. Outside of the one, he's been able to do it. This one full count for him, so this has been his first full count in the game that he's come up against, and that sends him to first with 4 balls. Not a typical type situation for him. Oops. Just tapped our electrical cord. I think we're okay.
We're okay.
Didn't electrocute myself and didn't turn off the microphone.
Nope. Or the camera.
Did we ever figure out what happened last time?
I don't know.
We were
That
here?
was weird. But I think everything was okay. It fixed itself.
We had like a glitch, right? Was it in the bottom of the ninth, or the top of the 10th, I believe?
It was, and they were nice enough to take a break.
Yeah.
And
top
well,
of
it
the
fixed
10th
itself. Yes.
In a tight ball game for the Spring Classic here, the camera just goes black. It's like when all the people want you to be quiet, and then all their prayers are answered because we went out. We had nothing to say. But we came back, closed the ball game out. 1-1 now to Ryan Jarvis. Cameron Brake on first. Griffin Malik will be the next one up. And he runs, looking to throw. Throw is behind him and goes into the center field. Now he's going to go to third. This one he's going to have to hustle at. That throw is off again, so he gets 2. Cameron Brake showing some wheels. Now, if I remember correctly, that is not an error on the catcher. I don't know what it's called. I have to think about it.
If Joe were here.
I think Joe, he had said if the catcher throws it, I think it's actually an error on the shortstop, on the second baseman. I don't want to say. That's what I list it as. But he's on third now. Joe has all these additional insights when weird stuff happens like that one. Probably because he played baseball for a long time.
Did he?
He's in the Hall of Fame, Peter.
I didn't know. I did know.
Stark County Hall of Fame.
I did know.
Not the MLB Hall of Fame, but the Stark County Hall of Fame, which means kind of a big deal in Stark County.
Yeah.
Even though he lives in Summit County now. Giving away all the secrets. So yeah, I think if I was in the Hall of Fame, I might move back to Stark County. Just to put that out there. 1 run comes in on the sac bunt. He does not make it. Fielder's choice and out, but the run scores. Not an earned run, but a run all the same. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And Ellet does what Firestone has not been able to do with runners on base, and that's bring him all the way around. Now up Griffin Malik. He will see strike one. And this is kind of getting back to James, a great hit down the first baseline. He's going to try and go to second. Goes way into the corner, gets past the outfielder. Now he's going to go to third. He's running out of gas a little bit. Stand up third, and he's going to keep it there. He would not have made it. It's good to stay on third. Great call there by his third base coach to stay. You could see he lost a little gas between second and third, but a great hit. So certainly a double, and then the error gets him to third. A misplay in the corner there lets it go all the way back to the wall. And he saw it as he approached second that he had let it get by him. He didn't cut it off and was able to go to third now. Now one out, man on third. And Ellet is starting to roll a little bit here. And you can see Dustin James, his cadence has kind of switched a little bit as he's going to give another hit and another run, if you can believe it. So 2 runs come in and only 1 out. I think I am off by 1. This is Schramm, and I'm missing Matt Cody. Matt Cody's on. He's over there. Uh-oh. What did Malik do? Malik. So Edwards had the hit? Oh, shoot. All right, so let's see here. We got 2 outs. So I think he had the sack bunt. That's what it was. So sack bunt. Back at it, and he bloops it in for another hit. And I had my numbers wrong. I apologize to those out there. He gets a single. I forgot the sack bunt on my item here. So 2 outs. And Matt Cody able to get on with a single. That will bring up Jacob Klein, who hit a bomb last inning. And we got a 2-run ball game here. I know I missed something. Players just didn't look right. Peter, if you had a microphone on, you could have let me know.
I was just paying
Oh,
attention,
you do have
right?
you do have a microphone on.
I can't do
So
things
it's
at
worse.
once.
It's worse because you didn't say anything.
I didn't know. I didn't know you'd messed
That's
up.
all right. It took me a while. Well, I think the run just got me so excited to color in my little square. Give him a run. I forgot to put down the sack bunt. But it's corrected now.
Okay.
Good to know. I think that's what it was. We'll see. Regardless, Jacob Klein up. He's going to drill this one to center field, and that'll do it for the inning. As a line out to the 8-man out there. He did it in, but the damage is done. 2 runs go up on the scoreboard as they are up 2-0 here in the City Series Championship game against Firestone here at Canal Park. Welcome back as the Firestone Falcons have themselves some work to do. Jacob Weber up, as well as Dante Swain and Max Ursi up this inning. And we are still not able to find the strike zone yet. Malik, though, who's had some problems, got some help on the offensive side as his team was able to get 2 runs up in the bottom of the second. Big hit going to center field, but it's a little high, and it will be caught by the center fielder. for the first out. We'll get half of our honorable mention players that made the 2007 All-City Series baseball team. As DeMonte Swain looks at ball one. To start off with Buchtel, we have Jeremy Brock, the junior. DeRay Culp, the junior. From East, we have Dazel Miller, the senior. This one goes into the shortstop for the second out.
Now batting for the Falcons, the shortstop, number 1, Max Heresy.
That one for a low strike. Where is that? Also from East, Carrion Somerville, the senior. Matt Cody here from Ellet, the senior. Ryan Jarvis, the senior from Ellet. And DeMonte Swain, the senior from Firestone, who we just had up. That one off his foot, and that hurts. As well as Jacob Weber, the junior from Firestone. From Garfield, we have Tyreek Bryan, the senior. Dante Keys, the junior. Kyle Egan, the freshman from Kenmore. Cody Pace, the sophomore from Kenmore. Braden Browder, the sophomore from North. And Tyler Santa Cruz, the freshman from North, also making the honorable mention All-City Series team. 2 outs here in the inning. No runs given up. This one, a nice hit, but strong out to the outfield, and that's going to be the first hit of the inning there, as Max able to get a single. You could tell that he was coming strong at it and had to just kind of come up from it, did break. Wasn't going to get there, but didn't want it to get past him, which was the kryptonite of last inning, as he was able to get by. Ball was able to get past that outfielder and went way into the corner. Able to take a double into a triple. He's going to run on 2 outs. Good throw, but high and away from the bag. He'll go into second off the stolen base. Two hits so far that Malik's given up. He's got 3 Ks in the ball game. 2 last inning. That one coming at us. There's a net, though, thank goodness. In the 4th inning, we'll move on to the second team, All-City Series, All-City Baseball team for 2017. That one tipped off and caught for the 3rd out. And that'll do it for us here as they get out of the innings without any runs. They still lead this one. Ellet leads 2-0 over Firestone here in the City Series Championship going into the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd here, and they're starting off with the big Joe Williams. In the 3rd spot, we'll have Joe Williams, Garrett Haversick, and Cameron Brake. Big 2nd inning for them, getting 2 runs on. They have 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error on the other end. Firestone has 0 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Do you put that stuff up, Peter, or am I just listing off stuff?
No, I'll put that stuff up, yeah. But it's okay.
Oh.
It's all right.
Telling you what you already see.
I think it's just for yourself, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Reminding yourself.
Great hit right up the center of the field, and he'll get to first with that one. And a leadoff single for Williams. Not able to connect in the 1st inning, went into the 1-3, but Joe can definitely hit the ball very well. So that'll bring up Haverstick, who hasn't got on base yet. See here. 5 hits here for. Whoa, that one goes right on by the bag, and he'll go to second. So cool, calm, collective pitchers have not done well throwing to first in this game. Joe Williams dusts himself off, but he does from a different position over at second base. So now a man in scoring position, no outs, fakes the bunt and brings it back for the ball. Goes back to the bag. Try to get Joe off of there. And you can see they brought over Max Irsay. Kind of does a little trick where he hits himself in the, puts his hand over in the mitt. And I think he's going to say that he ran in front of him, and that is not what he wants. And now he's going to argue it over it. And I think that's exactly what he's saying. Is he came over and he hit his glove and came behind him. Then he ran in front of the base runner as he went out, and then they threw to the base. I think if he hadn't thrown to the base, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but I think they want to see if he is going to get to advance the base runner as he ran in front of him. Now they're talking with the home umpire. He's a little heated.
He is.
He's a very calm guy. I think that's what he said. He was in the base path. Doesn't get any love from the umpire, so we go back at it. 1-0. Bunts this one down. Ooh. And it stays fair just barely. And he's right there on top of it. So as all athletes will say, ball doesn't lie. Ball does not lie. So gets the bunt to go and moves the runner to third with no outs here. And those little arguments and stuff like that can, in my opinion, kind of get the players off their timing a little bit. Because regardless of whether you agree or don't agree, it takes time out of the flow of the game. If you're on the other side, you're telling why is he coming out here to argue over something that's, he doesn't need to. On the other end, you're like, hey, my coach came out and argued for me. 0-1, swings through that one. Will be down 2 strikes. Cameron Brake walked the last time up in the inning when he started a spur. He started the second inning off. Was able to get a stolen base, then able to get to third on the air. He throws to first. Nothing there. Runners on first and third is what James sees. He's got 6 hits in the inning. I'm sorry, 6 hits in the game, not in the inning. That one outside, going to throw to second, and he comes up to cut it off, so that way Joe Williams stays on third. So now I got a man on first and second. Cameron Brake finds himself in the hole here a bit, 1-2. Luckily, though, he can still swing with no outs. It's going to be a high one here. Joe will look to try and tag, and he does. They're going to throw. It won't be. No, he's going to stay. They wanted him to throw. Oh, with that throw, he may have wanted to go. It was not accurate, but Joe stays on third, and they've got 1 out. He'll get just out of the infield, but just not far enough away that I think they wanted to gamble it. I think it would have been a tough one if he had really gone right on it with the throw, because he double pumped and then he actually threw it pretty high, where if Joe was running it would have been nowhere close, but I'm sure they have scouted more than we have up here. You're going to come in for the bunt, and he'll watch it come in for ball 1. So 2 on, 1 out here for Ryan Jarvis. And they're going to squeeze it. And they do it perfectly. Joe Williams comes in. They get the out with some contact there. Looking to throw it back because it is only out number 2. reviewing it over, and you gotta make sure he's all right.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 7, Griffin Malik.
So able to get the run in. Makes it 3-0 here. And they get him out. Second out. Man on third. Up is Griffin Malik. Strike one into Malik. So far, kind of living up to what the first 2 games were in their series. These 2 teams split, both home wins for each team, and both of them blowouts. 12-2 Ellet at home, 9-0 Firestone at home. And we're at 3-0 here. And we certainly didn't want this one to be another blowout. That one comes at him, bobbles a little bit, should have time, settles, throws, and he's got the third out. So he gets Malik on the 6-3, and that'll do the inning, but continue to let it bleed a little bit as they get another run here in the third, making it a 3-0 lead. Sorry, 3-0 lead going into the fourth. Into the fourth inning here as the Firestone Falcons again need to get some offense going. Only have 2 hits in the ball game. And James needs some help on the mound. Bobbles this one going to third, and he bobbles it a second time, and he'll get a leadoff single. And it goes as an error. He'll take it. Had a chance to talk with the Firestone coach, Coach Brooks, about some of his about how his season's gone so far. We'll do that interview now. I'll give you a little break.
Tell me a little bit about your season, kind of how it's gone so far, and kind of your thoughts on the development of your players.
It's been awesome with 9 seniors, with chance to win 20 games for the first time in a long time, chance at a regular season and a postseason city championship for the first time in a long time. Just really proud of how these guys have come out and competed, non-city, in the city. Yeah, it's been a great year, and they've really bought in to what we've been asking of them.
As he's going to be safe going to second on the stolen base. That was Firestone coach talking about his season, and certainly with that many seniors, the expectations were high going in, and they have met and exceeded them. And now looking to take home a championship tonight within the city series. This one fouled back. That one for a ball, 1-2. So ahead on the count of this inning was Matt Owen, who is sitting there on second. Jacob Billich and Matt Deese and Ben Newser. That one going to be for a K. Just looking at it for the first out here in the inning. He's got 4 Ks in the ball game. Certainly leads the pitcher's duel in that category. As surprisingly, Dustin James doesn't have a single one. So Malik, a little less control, I felt, looking at what he's done on the mound through 4 innings, but has 4 Ks at least. Runner goes, Matt Deese looks at it, and catcher not even going to throw for it. So he's gone from first to third is Matt Owen. So now with 1 out, he's on third and ready to get a run on the board for these Falcons. 1-1 the count. As that one was down and inside. This one inside again for ball 2. And good news, Falcon fans, your team's come back alive a little bit. Again, pretty vocal from the side. That one into the dirt, goes over. Gets the first out, but he'll take it, an RBI. As coming in is Matt Owens with great base running. 2 outs here in the inning, but they got a run up on the scoreboard, 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. And they still have one more batter left. Base is empty now for Ben Newser. 1-0 the count. Strung hard on that one. 1-1 now. And I think you look at this one bounced in. You look at both of these guys. Certainly Malik, I think, a little easier. Firestone, a very good pitching team, but I haven't seen him hit as well. We've seen some hitting clinics by the Orangemen. Another one flown by him by Malik. 2-2 the count. We had that one game, Peter, where was it 22-2 they won?
Yes.
I mean, they were able to hit the ball. Now, the pitching wasn't great, but this is a team that can certainly hit the ball very well. And this one goes right into the glove. Nowhere to go on that one as Joe Williams nabs that one for the 3rd out here in the inning. They get 1 run, makes it a 3-1 ball game here going into the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th here, and so far the last 2 innings, Ellet able to get a run in each of them. 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and now here in the 4th brings up Matthew Edwards, Matt Cody, and Celeb Schramm. Edwards takes first fouled the first pitch, sorry. That one inside, but not for a strike. Able to talk with Coach Sarver before the game about how their season's gone and their seniors. Get to that after this batter as we're 2-2 on Edwards. Hits that one down. Falling back. Safe, not able to get him. He outruns it. And James can't catch a break. 7th hit inning here in the game. Here's Coach Sarver about their team.
The season's coming to a close. I know you still have more games certainly out there, but tell me a little bit about your feelings of how the season's gone and how your team's developed.
Well, we've had a good year and a bad year in some ways. We had good seniors returning that had a lot of experience, and we fell short a few games that we thought we might win. But we have picked it up. We got into the district tournament, and now we're in the championship game, so things are finishing hopefully on an up note here.
Talks over with James a little bit. And certainly very precise on their base running, and you saw it there. Great speed out of the box and able to get there before James could get the ball over. I thought it was close. I started writing 1-3 for the out, but able to beat it out. And he started running, and now he's got to go back, and he's pretty far off the bag, and he's able to grab him. Catcher gets him out. He was going to run on that throw. He took a big hop or two, and a great heads-up play by Matt Dees to throw to first and get the first out. Takes the man off of the bases. That one low for another ball. 3-0. So D's doing what he can to get a man out, but he needs some help from Dustin James to get these batters out with pitches. That one's a strike. 3-1 now. Matt Cody would have happily walked to first base. He's going to face another one. This one's going to be a strike. Fouls it off. When we've seen Dustin James pitch well, there's no time in between pitches. He knows what he wants to throw. He throws it. Very commanding. We've seen little glimpses of it here. Starting to see it now at this at bat. Able to get it over, and the second out. Done into the 4-3. So now he faces the top of the order. Caleb Schramm comes up here in the bottom of the 4th. Even on errors, but the hits have gone to the other end with the Orangemen. And the top of this order has certainly done well. Schramm, last time up in the 2nd, able to get a nice single. This one low for a ball. I think I can tell Ryan that you don't need a headset, Peter. You don't say anything.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You're not at anything.
Yeah,
that one goes through. So he hit one over just past third baseman. Now he hits one to the other side for a hit. Gets a single. And this is a problem right here with Jacob Klein. Good all-around player for the Orangemen. As we get into the 5th, we'll go into the 2nd team for the All-City baseball team. I'll tell you, we haven't certainly mentioned Klein's name yet, but he's up there. I have it for you. See whether he's in the 2nd or the 1st team. He's had a fantastic year so far. Back to the bag. They're trying to get 2 of them out. Hey, you snuck one on. Let's try and get the second one out. One strike so far on Klein. They're going to run, and he's going to send this one into the bleachers. Mom's looking out of the way. She ducked out of the way of that one, Peter.
Watch out, Mom.
It was one of those ones where she looked at the ball coming her way, started walking down the aisle like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be near it. I'm not going to catch it.
I'm not going to get it.
It landed like 5-10 chairs away from her. She doesn't know where it's going, though, Peter. So that's why she's out of it. I'm out.
I don't blame her.
2 strikes on Klein. 2 outs in this inning. And it would be nice to get out of an inning with a 0 up on the scoreboard. Looking to do it. That one goes up and past him. He catches it, bobbles it, and he will go to 2nd. Off the wild pitch. A man on 2nd now. That one goes up and over, tries to block it, can't get it down. He'll try and throw, it'll be too late. It's going to be a base hit. Just an odd hit. I think that's a hit, Peter.
Okay.
I thought the error, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good base hit. It was kind of an odd hop. I'm not sure he would have made it. Kind of an odd place to try and catch it and grab it. I gave him the base hit. Plus, we already, let's see, up top. Nope.
Did they?
Scoreboard keeps it even.
Okay.
They're giving him the hit.
You're right.
Probably not, but they're agreeing with me, so I'm going to take it. 9 hits so far that James has given up. That one tipped off and away over in the stands. Hey, that's why they're baseball players.
Everybody scatters.
A barehanded grab by one of the Ellet Orangemen baseball players hanging over the edge there. Omar Vizquel just grabbed it with his bare hand, threw it back. The to James.
Now, Lindor would have not appreciate you saying that. Just say his name.
I could have said his name.
You could have.
It just shows my age that the first one
That's
that came
right,
up was
that's right,
Omar.
That's right.
But Lindor certainly would have been it. Still 2 outs here. Joe Williams sends it down the third baseline. Foul. I don't know what his count is. I know he's got 2 strikes. They just want one more out. Get us out with a 0. I'll look here. I think it's 2-2, I want to say. Yeah. Not a terrible memory, but not a good one. That one tipped off. Stays at 2-2. Firestone's sat down a little bit and looking to get back up. If they can get out of here, I think they'll be psyched going into the top of the 5th. But he's battled here. He has not let Dustin James take a seat yet. Man in first and third looks to throw. Runner went. Fouled off again. This is usually where Joe says that's how my golf swing looks.
That's right.
I've had a couple. I think I had one. I usually have about one a year. But I just ping off like the side of it. It doesn't even go forward. It goes sideways. Like I tell people when I'm warming up, especially beginning of the year.
Oh, they thought that was strike
Oof,
3.
They did, but it goes the ball. Not a strike, so he walks to get on to first. Base is loaded now. So full count, and Joe Williams able to battle through it, gets on first. Hey, guess what, Dustin? Your reward, you get to face Haverstick. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and start the count over.
That's why they wanted that strike 3.
Yeah. Haverstick has a bunt earlier, RBI, and he starts this one off with a strike. I think he's a little upset. He wanted that one.
Yep.
He's going to try and trick him outside. He's trying to trick him one more time, and then we're going to see strikes. Goes after it, up high. Comes into a little communication and grabs it. He does get out of the inning without any runs. Off the fly out to right field. So he got a couple on with hits, but no runs. First one since the first inning that James has been able to put together, and it stays 3-1 going into the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th here. City Series Baseball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools, offering open enrollment, which allows Akron students to transfer to other Akron schools for specialized studies. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com. akronschools.com, where our highlight reel will be. Starts this one off with a strike. Also up later this inning, we'll go over our second team, all-city baseball team for 2007. Up for this inning is Josh Alexander, Jacob Weber, and DeMonte Swain. Where are they at? There we go. A hard thrown pitch coming across. Has time, sets his feet, and gets the 6-3 for the first out. Second team will get started here for the all-city baseball team. Infielder Chiron Solomon, the freshman from Buchtel. Infielder shortstop Michael O'Grimmett from East. Catcher Lamonte Shaver, the senior from East. That one in for a ball, and you'll recognize some of these names here as the next 3 are from Ellet. Outfielder Cameron Brake, the senior. Outfielder Steve Cody, the senior, who is not playing tonight as he got injured in the playoff game. That one outside again. 2-0. And infielder Garrett Haverstick. And DH, he's a senior. Now from Firestone, catcher Matt Deese, the senior. Infielder Max Irsay, the senior. I'm sorry, the sophomore. 3-0 now on Weber. From Garfield, you're going to have the infielder James Waters, who's a junior. That one in for a strike finally as we're at 3-1. Vinny Larita, the junior from Kenmore, the infielder, made second team. And Tommy Stout, the senior from North, who is a catcher, made the second team. And he goes off walking to the first base as he gets a walk.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Swing.
Three walks thrown by Malik so far. They throw back to the bag. Throws for the stolen base again, not on target. And you can tell they have scattered out not the conversion rate, which is overall pretty much lower than you would expect here in the high school level. Matthew Edward not able to connect on getting him out, so he gets the second. Good connection, goes over to third. He comes off the bag. He's going to try and go to second to get him out, and they get the force there. A great heads-up play by Joe Williams.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Max Heresy.
Second out is Jacob Weber. So DeMonte Swain gets on with the fielder's choice. And a wise choice by Mr. Joe Williams. 2 outs now for Malik, who's had great fielding so far. Throws hard over to first. Still safe. Goes to second for the force, and they get him there. And that'll do it for the inning here. As a 1, 2, 3, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't get the one walk here in the top of the 5th. No runs, still makes it 3-1 in the lead by the Ellet Orangemen here in the City Series Championship game at Canal Park. Here in the bottom of the 5th, the Orangemen still up 2 runs here. Had a chance to talk with their coach here about a new home field. As we'll get to that after this pitch. 2-0 the count. Up is Cameron Brake, Ryan Jarvis, and Griffin Malik. Goes over, slides too much. He's not going to get it there in time. Now that we're going to go as an error.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Number 6, Joe Gorsuch.
Cameron Brake gets on a single with the error. This is what their coach had to say about playing at the University of Akron field for their home games.
I know a lot of your games, your home games, were at the University of Akron. How do you feel that that's gone for your team? Do you think it's been beneficial to play on that type of field, especially as you move into bigger games and bigger stages like this one?
That's a real good point, because playing at Akron gave us a size field similar to this. Not quite the background and not all the foul territory, but with the playing distance in the outfield and the infield and playing in that kind of atmosphere, a little bit upgrade from a normal high school, that was very beneficial, I thought, and that was a fun place to play. And we hope that somehow we can maybe continue that.
Here, here.
As Peter, did we talk on air about it? I don't know if we talked on air about it last time, but we talked. Certainly, this is a fantastic venue for the City Series Championship, and I would have to say that As he's able to get him finally. He gets him out. And he's had some trouble getting runners out, but he nabs that one for sure. And a nice job by Matt Dees to throw him out at second. But we had talked about maybe moving the championship game, and I would say with the amount of people you have here, Peter, I'm kind of questioning it now. Because you do have a considerable amount of people here that would fill up the entire grandstand, because they only have 2 little grandstands there.
Sit in the grass?
Yeah,
I don't know
if
if that's
you take
a good
the
idea or not.
Well, it just depends. I mean, today would be perfect.
Right.
But if you had a rainy day prior, it would not make it as easy to sit on the grass.
Right.
But it is a nice venue, and we had talked about whether the Akron Public Schools would be interested in maybe using that venue instead of this one here for the championship game or for the Spring Classic, due to what we would assume would be lower costs. But we don't know. We're not privy to the contract costs. That one does it coming across into the 6-3, and that's the second out here in the inning. Has gone 1, 2, 3 so far for Dustin James and company. A good fielding so far is what's gotten him out of this inning. Griffin Malik now up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Certainly still coming up is going to be our career education player of the game, as well as our first team all-city baseball team coming up. Have that for you in the top of the 7th. We'll have some interviews as to, I guess we'll have to do it in the 6th because some of the interviews are about the all-city series. So I guess we'll have to switch it around in my head as I speak out loud, Peter.
Speak out loud.
Maybe do that. We'll do that in the 6th. Maybe we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do the top of the 6th. We'll do the other ones in the top of the 7th. Just move it around. Again, bobbles it. Still able to get it, though. Made up for it with the big arm. And goes into the 4-3. I thought he was going to get his second error, but able to pick it up and laser it to first for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 in the inning for Dustin James and the Firestone Falcons. Still just 2 runs away, 3-1. You're going to the top of the 6th. James with the pitcher starts off by going foul. We'll do our, as we mentioned, do our first team All-City Series baseball team here in this inning. And then we'll have the coach's comments about that. And we will start it here after this next pitch as we are 1-1 against Dustin James. So far he's had a walk and had a foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for the 2nd out. That was in the 1st and 3rd respectively. I believe you said it was 2-1. Looking at my notes, we'll see here. That one goes outside. Oh, that goes for a strike. Couldn't see exactly where it was. 2-2. That was right earlier. Evens the count up. That one up in the sky and taken down. Looking at the first team, you're going to have the catcher, pitcher, shortstop, Devin West, the junior from Buchtel. The infielder, 3rd baseman, Dylan Benefield, the senior from East. The pitcher, Trey Keika, the junior from East. You're going to have the infielder, shortstop, Jacob Klein, the senior from Ellet, as he gets a ball to start. The pitcher, Griffin Malik, the junior from Ellet, on the first team. That one low. And we're at 2-0. The infielder, 3rd baseman, Joe Williams, from the senior from Ellet. Pitcher, Dustin James, the senior from Firestone. The outfielder, Matt Owen, the senior from Firestone. Catcher, John Henry, the junior from Garfield. Strike there finally by Malik. The pitcher, Roger Wright, the sophomore from Garfield. And the infielder, Nick Carlin, the junior from Kenmore, also on the first team. In the top of the 7th, we'll have our Player of the Year, Coach of the Year. This one still yet to be decided. A close game. We had 2 blowouts in their first 2 meetings, but this one has kind of leveled off here now and become much closer with a 3-1 ball game. Tips that one and just gets it to stay fair. Down to the sideline. He thought about 2, and he'll go back to stay on base. As only the 3rd hit. Oops. 1 out, 1 on. And coming up is Jacob Illich. Last 2 times he has lined out to the shortstop, and he also watched the ball go by for a K. And now I think he'd certainly like to get on the other side and get a hit. He's got a man on base in Owen, who last time on, 2 stolen bases, and he was the only one to score for this team. And that's certainly the guy you'd like to have running there for you. I just want to give him an opportunity to use those wheels that he got. He takes time before the pitch came in. Very close. No argument from either side. As Firestone faithful down there giving him some love. Runner goes, looking to throw, coming across. Throw is not in time. Safe. Big surprise, as we mentioned. Matt Owen's going to be running. Last time he stole 3rd as well. See if maybe the Orangemen run in front of the base runner, maybe.
Again, do it again.
On the other side. Malik looking to deal on the pitcher's mound. That one goes right by. He does run for 3rd, and he is going to be thrown out. So not able to get there. A little too aggressive on the base run. I'm not sure why he ran on that one. I certainly agree with being aggressive, but now you're down. You don't have a base runner anymore. He still had 2 outs left. So even if he had a sack, he might have been able to move into position, and a ball like that would have gotten to 3rd on there. It's unfortunate. If only you could forecast that was coming, then you would not have ran.
Nobody seems to have it, though, doesn't it?
Certainly on our broadcast, seemed to be well documented. That one tipped back to even the count up. That one goes over to him. And that'll do the inning here. Into the 4-3, and because of the base running faux pas, they're out of the inning 1-2-3. And we go into the bottom of the 6th here, still 3-1 your score. Here in the bottom of the 6th, new pitcher on the mound, Grant Schuster. And he starts off with a ball. This inning will get comments from the Ellet coach on his 3 first All-City baseball team selections on his team. We'll do that after this next pitch. Up this inning, Matthew Edwards, Matt Cody, and Celeb Schramm. And there's the first strike.
You have 3 players obviously, on the first-team All-City baseball team. I kind of want to go through each one. Could you give me a little bit of maybe your favorite memory for Jacob Klein, Griffin Malik, and Joe Williams?
Well, my favorite memory of Jacob Klein is when he was a youngster playing Little League ball and what he could do back then. But he's really come on as a great shortstop and a real good hitter. Just a tremendous defensive shortstop, and I sure hope that he gets an opportunity today to prove that. And Joe Williams has been a terrific hitter for us, a very clutch hitter. He, in the last two championship games, he has had some excellent moments, and just hope that continues today for him. And Griffin Malik is our pitcher, and I already said some things about him.
So Schuster starts with a walk. Oops, let's only give him one to start. Let's not give him two. A little aggressive on the stat sheet over here, Dave. Up now is Matt Cody as Matthew Edwards. While we were listening to Coach Ellett's description of his first team, first baseman came in hard. Thought he was going to be bunting was Matt Cody. 0-1 now as he able to get it through. But he takes the walk on a full count. So Matthew Edwards gets on first. What do we? Oh, he's going to come talk to him. So I've had my other one ready. I could have just done it. Dang it, wasn't ready.
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to waste them?
City Series Baseball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools with student opportunities in visual arts, including drawing, painting, ceramic, sculpture, photography, and computer design. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com. Also, our City Series Player of the Game is brought to us by the Career Education Program, where over 95% of students have passed the Ohio Proficiency Test or the Ohio Graduation Test and earned a high school diploma. For more information about those, go to apscareers.com. It should be an interesting one. Certainly we've had just a few hits here, and the pitchers lackluster, you could say. Dustin James, he's going to leave with 3 runs, all earned, and 5 hits. I'm sorry, 9 hits. 9 hits, so not the usual performance that we've seen from him. And even Griffin Malik, he's given up 3 hits and only has 4 Ks. Neither of them have not necessarily dominated. Kind of more of a fielding defensive game so far. Really in the second inning is when we had kind of a good run of hits to get a run on. As he gets another strike. I didn't see what it was. I want to say it's 2-2. That's my guess. It was kind of blocked by the umpire. That one goes off of him. That'll advance the runner. No stolen base there. And not a wild pitch because it came off the catcher. See, now I know.
See?
Joe taught me
Dave
that.
doesn't need to be here for that.
Joe taught me that.
Yeah, look at you.
I would give him I think the first couple years I just gave those all stolen bases. Good job. That one, he goes down swinging for the first out. Up now is Sleb Schramm, as well as Jacob Klein will come up this inning. Jacob's got 2 hits so far, and Schramm also has 2 hits in today's game. So that's why they're at the top of the order. That one goes through. Again, they thought it was very fearful of the bunt. Looking to do the bunt again, and he goes right past his glove, and he gets to third base. Both of them go on. He runs to second because there's nobody there. Both players came up for that bunt and to cover the miscue. So he goes to first to second. That might be. I was wondering if it was going to give him 2 errors. But they don't.
Just one.
Just one. It's not really a stolen base. Huh. It wasn't supposed to be there. That I do know. So base is loaded. off the bunt, and he's going to get, goes out to the outfield, and there'll be a sac RBI, goes back to second, and he'll take it. A little RBI. He's going to run to third now, and we're going to chase down. He spins, and he's going to go out of the baseline off the spin move, and that'll end it for us here. It's a little bit of an oddity, but the run comes in first, and then he was out here. So that'll do it for us, but they extend the lead 4-1 here at the bottom of the sixth going into the seventh. Crucial inning here for Firestone as they've got to get some runs on the board so that way they can continue this ball game and try to get a championship here on APS 15. All right, up this inning, what could be the final inning, Matt Deese, Ben Nusser, and Josh Alexander able to talk with their coach about the City Series first teamers. They've got two, Justin James and Matt Owen. We'll get that interview right now.
Matt Owen as well. Do you have a favorite memory of him throughout his career with you?
I think with him, it's just how hard he works. I mean, we laughed about it even coming to the game today. We're waiting for the bus, and he's standing over in the grass swinging a bat. He's probably won the Guinness Book of World Records record for practice swings in a career because he's just always swinging a bat, and he's a tireless worker at his craft. So that's my favorite thing about him.
That was about Matt Owen. And they wish that he was certainly up again if they could. Matt Deese is up, though. And a lot can happen with pressure on the line here. And Malik goes off the mound. He sets, throws, first out. Pinch hitter coming in. Thornburg is going to be a pinch hitter. The senior up. So going, taking out Ben Nusser. Sakai. Sakai hits it, he bobbles it, and he's going to give it to him. And Sakai thought he had all the effort to be safe. Sakai Thornburg, the senior. He ran hard, no question there.
Bad call, you think?
I thought it was a correct call.
Okay.
Thought he was a little slow. Not overall, but just, oops. Now we have a new person in, Joe, number 6, Joe Gorsuch. And into center field, and he's got it out, and we have new champions here as the fly out to center field is the third out. And a nice one here as they are able to complete it. And they're going to win this game. 4-1 is your final. Didn't have a lot of extra time with a quick inning here, but want to certainly congratulate those first teamers. And also we certainly have our player of the year, Jacob Klein, on Ellet, the senior, won player of the year for the Akron City Series, and coach of the year was Chuck Runzik of East. Certainly congratulations to both of them, and we now have a final here where the Ellet Orangemen come in and win this and their championship here in the City Series. They also take the season series, 2-1 in the season series, 4-1 here in the championship game. And when you look at it, you certainly have a nice outing by Griffin Malik. Overall, gave up just 3 hits and 1 run, had 4 Ks, and played very well. You know, looking at the rest of the squad here, you certainly had Salib Scram with 2 hits, able to get on base 3 times. Jacob Klein able to get 2 hits. Let's see here. Garrett Haverstick got a hit. And you had a nice little run there in the second inning that kind of set things up. Cameron Brake gets on base with a walk, able to get around to third, and he ends up scoring. Griffin Malik gets a single two later after the fielder's choice to score him in. And Matthew Edwards gets a double to score Malik as well. And that was kind of the big inning for him to get just 2 runs in that inning and kind of opened it up a little bit. And that gave him the 2-0 lead, and they continued to add on to it the following inning before going scoreless in the 4th and 5th, getting another one in the bottom of the 6th. And certainly our career education player of the game. I'm going. I'm going to go with Khalid Schramm, the leadoff hitter. Had 2 hits and certainly was very active on the bases and really kind of set them up, I felt, very well, even in the top of the 6th to get things going. His effort was very good and kind of, I'm going to go with him.
Okay.
Also had some good plays in center field. So congratulations, Khalid Schramm, our career education player of the game. Career education programs are used by over 350,000 people that have enrolled in those customized programs that are designed to meet the ever-changing needs of Akron area business, industry, and government. For more information, go to APS Careers. Certainly want to thank all of those that helped make this program possible. Peter George, the first time with a microphone on.
That's right.
Usually I just talk to you and you don't say anything.
I know this is Ryan's idea, but
it
was okay. It was all right.
It was a
all
good
right.
idea. It gives you just a little extra, instead of me just, because sometimes I just probably said something different than what you actually said that just agreed with me better. And certainly want to thank, when you look at it, just a little brief history here, the past City Series baseball playoff championships. This will be the 3rd year that Ellet has won the championship, dating back 15, 16, now 17. They'll have 3 consecutive years, which they have not done since the 2000s when they won 4 in a row, 2000, 2001, 2, and 3. So certainly they've had a little more parity in the conference, but now the last 3 years they have been championships here, and they're still in the playoffs as well in the championship game there, which will be over by the time this goes out. But certainly day of, want to give them all the luck in the world to continue to represent the Akron Public Schools with the highest, most integrity and talent. Also want to thank the Akron Board of Education, Patrick Bravo, Tim Miller, Lisa Mansfield, Bruce Alexander, John Otterman, Reverend Dr. Curtis Walker Sr., Debbie Walsh, Superintendent David James, and Treasurer Ryan Pendleton. Want to thank those within our organization here, our little department, Ryan Rittenhouse, who
Hey, Ryan.
who does a lot of scheduling conflicts with the rain. When I
Yes.
looked over our schedule, we had like three games that we didn't do because of rain or soggy conditions. So certainly want to thank him for continuing to schedule these great baseball
Yes.
games here that we can see and we can share, because we're kind of sharing these memories with these high school athletes, as some of them are. This is going to be their last time that they're on the diamond with this team, and certainly want to wish them all the best. For Dave Schick, myself, want to wish you the best. Thanks for watching, and have a good night. Congratulations to the 2017 City Series champions, the Ellet Orangemen.